आवाज येतोय. हा गेला.
हरि ओम. Now we'll see sloka number 42. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्ति विपश्चितः वेदवादरतः पार्थ नान्यन्दस्तीति वादिनः. One typical word, there is Vedavadarata is used by Bhagwan. Veda is a very ancient language, ancient literature in Indian culture. Rather, that is the first literature we can say. The time period of Vedas is maybe about 1,000 years, 10,000 years back. And Vedas, there are different Vedas. But Vedas explain the principles of life in both ways. One way is the spiritual way, realizing this self-realization, proceeding in that way, and finally attaining the final target of Kaivalya, as said by Patanjali, or merging Atman with Paramatman. So this is one way. This has been explained in Vedas in a different way. And in that, they have explained so much of philosophy also. In the second way, Vedas have explained, that is for a common person. Common person should behave properly, no doubt. But for that, they have to practice the routine processes. In particular, that they have explained the yajnas and all that. All the rituals. Or so many things are explained in that. And result is, of course, those things are a good behavior, all punya karmas only. Result will be definitely good. So people who are traveling on this way, they will practice all these rituals and processes explained in Vedas, and they will get some better results. They will enjoy the pleasures of life. And ultimate aim is to attain heaven. Not the Kaivalya, but heaven. So enjoying the pleasures, that's all. But when they are doing some work, doing some karmas, good karmas, no doubt, but they are going to face the good results. So there is no escape from birth and death cycle. So likewise, Vedas are explaining the two different paths. And one we have to select. So normally, common person selects the other path. They're doing all good karmas, enjoying the good fruits, and ultimately they aim to reach to the heaven. And that too also for enjoying the pleasures in the heaven. But again, they have to come back to the normal life, and they have to take the second birth also. So rebirth cycle is continued for the second path. But for the first path, spiritual path, rebirth cycle is totally stopped. So the Atman has to merge with Paramatman forever. So there is no question of taking birth and taking new body and all that. So for that, Bhagavan is explaining here now. That Vedavada Ratha means to those people who are following the second path. They are all doing good work, punya karmas in their life. They are practicing the rituals, explained in yoga. They are doing the yajnas. In the yajna, they have to give some donations also. So many things are there. But their final aim is to attain heaven, enjoy the pleasures, and of course, again come for the new birth. So this is what is explained in the first sloka, that is 42. In next one, kamatmanah swargapara janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishware gatim prati. Same thing is explained again further. That these people, they are following all the second path to attain pleasures and powers of the worldly things. They are all connected with worldly things. And the fruit is rebirth. So that much thing is explained in this sloka, that there is no other fruit, no escape from birth and death cycle, no liberation. But they can enjoy the worldly pleasures by doing the good karmas and rituals explained in Vedas. The next one is Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Paruta Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadhavna Vidhiyate. people who are following the second path of Veda, they are doing good work, no doubt, good for the society also. But there is no escape from the birth and death cycle. So these people cannot reach the stage of samadhi, that word is used. They cannot reach samadhi, where they have to merge their Atman with Paramatman and get total relief from birth and death cycle. So in these three shlokas, Bhagavan is explaining the same thing for the common people. Of course, they are following Veda. That means they are good people. They are doing good work. All punya karmas. So these karmas are good. Bhagavan is not rejecting those karmas. They say, yes, they are getting the good fruits. They are enjoying so many things. They are enjoying worldly things. Their life is better, no doubt. But ultimately, Bhagavan says that they cannot reach to Kaivalya. They cannot attain the stage of samadhi, where everything is relieved. Relief from everything. Every worldly things. Even pleasure and miseries also. Because one has to see, experience the pleasure, he has to experience the miseries also. When a person goes beyond all that, he goes beyond pleasures and miseries of the life and get rid of that. So that is not possible for these people. This is the meaning of these three shlokas. In slok number 45, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Naistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirbandvo Nitto Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. So as Bhagavan has explained, what are the common people who are following Veda? When they are following Vedas, they are good people, but still they cannot attain. So now Bhagavan is asking Arjuna to follow the first path. Don't go for the other path. Because Vedas are explaining all those things. And these things are explained, the details have been given. There is the evolutes of gunas. Three guna is another term is used here. There is three gunas means sattva, raja, and tama. Of course, there is no alternative word in English. So sattva, raja, tama, these are three gunas. And these three gunas means these are the modes of Prakriti. Sattva is the best one, highest one, doing good everything, all punya karmas. All these are sattva guna. It is only doing the karmas. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but always in action. So this is not as high as the sattva gunatam. And tamo guna is doing nothing. So these three levels are there. A lot of explanation is there. I given in short that three levels are there for the administration of our life. So everybody's life is bound by three gunas. Proportion may be more. Some people are more sattva guna. So they are following very nice things from Vedas. Whatever is explained is all sattva gunas, following the Vedas. Rajoguna, they are doing some good thing, bad thing. And tamas, they are not doing anything, wasting their time in sleep and all that. So total life is also based on these three gunas. That is what Bhagavan is saying here. There is we can enjoy worldly enjoyments and means of attaining such enjoyments is exploitation of three gunas. Maybe first level, second level, third level. But Bhagavan is saying, Arjuna, that you go beyond these three. You must behave like that you will go beyond three gunas. And the process is explained hereafter. So you should realize the existence of external God, the ultimate reality, which is beyond three gunas. In this condition, when you go beyond the gunas, you will be relieved from all these worldly complications. What are the worldly complications? See, we got some desires. Everybody has got some desire. We want something. When we want something, we develop the desire, we try to attain. We do some karmas and try to attain and get that. Sometimes it is fulfilled, sometimes it is not fulfilled. If our desires are fulfilled, we are happy, we enjoy the pleasure. If they are not fulfilled, we are not happy, then we are to suffer miseries. So these three gunas definitely turn into the result of pleasure and misery both combined together. So go beyond that. So you will go beyond miseries and pleasures. Yes, it is beyond the pleasure only. But still, pleasure comes along with misery. You cannot just select only pleasure and avoid miseries. When you following the second path, you have to follow both the things. So it is better to go beyond that. So you have to leave out all these pleasures also in the worldly life, and along with that, miseries also can be overcome. So there is no want, no desire. So this is the second path, ultimately reaching to the final attainment of the life. Now in 46 shloka now. यावानर्थ उदपाने सर्वतः संप्लुत उदके तावान सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानता. Now he is giving one example, simile. Suppose a person gets a lot of water, very big container of water. Large amount of water he gets that water. Then he is not worried about the minor parts of water. This example is given here. When you have a large attainment, you will not go beyond the smaller things. So attaining Kaivalya is a large thing. When the person can attain this thing by following the second path of Veda, then why he should worry for the small things, for second path, by fulfilling the desires, getting the pleasures and enjoy sometimes miseries and all that. So that is what is he explaining. So he says, Tavan sarveshu vedeshu brahmanasya vijanata. Brahman is a person who is studying Veda and understanding it properly. And vijanata means he's getting exactly what Ved wants to say. And that is the first path which I explained in the beginning, that is a spiritual path. So Brahman is a person who is studying Ved with the first path and following the procedure given in that. So that is better. Other path is also good, but that is for a common person who will enjoy pleasures and miseries of the life and continue it. At the most, he will enjoy only pleasures, heavenly pleasures also. But he cannot get relief. But the first path, he can get relieved from the birth and death cycle. So Arjuna, he is telling Arjuna to follow this path. And now hereafter, he is giving the most important technique for this following the first path of Vedas. This is 47th sutra. And this is a very important sutra. I can say this is the most important sutra in Bhagvadgeeta. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karmaphala hetur bhuhu mate sangotso karmani. We'll study in detail about this one. He says karmanyevadhikaraste. That means doing karma is your right. For a human being, he said to Arjuna, but it is for common person also, for us also. That doing karma is our right. Because in particularly the human race, human is allowed to do karma. Good or bad, that is different, but they are allowed to do. In other animals, plants, trees, they are not allowed to do any karma. They have to follow their system only, what is designed by the nature. So they are following natural things. You can observe all the animals or the plants, they were following same thing years and years together. There is no modification. In the human race, we are allowed to do the karmas. So we can do good karmas, we can do bad karmas. Whatever we wish, we can do. In other races, they can't wish anything and they can't do anything. They have to follow the natural things. So that is why he says, as a human being, to do the karma is your right. And when the right is there, you have to do it. But ma phaleshu kadachana. Because karma has to give the fruit. That I have also explained previously. It is a karma siddhanta. Whatever karma we are doing, we are going to get the fruit. When the fruit is given, then only the account of the karma is over. It may not be immediate. It may be somewhere afterwards, maybe next birth and all that. So that you can remember. So he says fruit is going to be there. But you should not expect the fruit while doing the karma. This very typical concept is there. It looks very odd also for us that when we are doing something and why not to expect. Because the fruit is not in our control. We cannot decide that when I am doing this karma, I must get this fruit. Fruit is going to be there, but that we don't know. We have no control over the fruit. So doing the karma is our right, but not on the fruit or the result. So don't expect any result. But when the person will think, when I don't expect any result, why I should do the karmas? That is why in the next line he is saying, Ma karma phala heturbhuhu mate sangotsva karmani. Two things he is saying. And even though there is a fruit and you are going to get it, you have to experience, you have to face it, everything is there. But you should not expect and do the karma. Do the karmas because it is our right, but no expectation. And that is why he is giving the guideline to Arjuna and to us also. But at the same time, if we think, no, when we don't have to expect anything, why to do the karma? He said, no, you have to do the karma. You cannot avoid doing your karmas. And that time, for Arjun, he was a warrior. He came there to fight the war. So fighting the war is his karma. So Bhagavan says, yes, this is a karma. You have to do it. Don't run from that karma. Don't avoid your karma. You have to do it. But don't expect any fruit. Because Arjuna was saying, we can win the war, we can lose the war. We don't know what is going to happen. So he was expecting some fruits, result of karmas, of war, maybe good or bad. Bhagavan is saying, don't expect. Result is going to come, but do not expect. I can give one more example, which will make it more clear. Suppose a student is there. He's very brilliant student. And he's doing hard work also. He had done also hard work, appeared for the exam. So he thinks that I am brilliant. I have done so much of work. I have written the answer book, so many things. So I must get first rank. So he's studying well, doing well, everything doing properly for getting that and expecting that he will get the first rank. And suppose he doesn't get first rank. Maybe 1 mark or 2 marks. Some other person is first, he makes student the second rank. What is the result? He'll get a depression. Oh, I have done so much work. I expected first rank, but I could not get it. So there will be a lot of frustration, depression for that person. Even if he has got a good mark, second rank is also not bad. Hardly a 1 mark difference may be there. But still, because he has expected, he has got a depression. His mind will get disturbed. He will say, I am doing so many things, but I am not getting result. So this God is not properly giving the result to me. So he will be unfaithful to the God also. Then what will happen? He will think in the same way. I have done so much effort and I am not getting my results. So why I should do the next work? So further study may not continue also. And his normal tendency will be not to study at all. So we may lose everything. And sometimes we are observing in this, we get some news in the newspaper also. There's such students, they suicide also. Just because they are not fulfilling their expectation. Their credit is quite good. Good results are there. But they are not per their expectations. So they may suicide also. The depression goes to that level. So these are the results of expectation. And we'll think the other way also. Suppose he got the first rank. It is good, no doubt. But now that's will strengthen his ego. I had done the study, I expected the first and I got it. So his ego will be more strengthened, which is not good. With this ego, when the next time he has to study, he will not take proper care. He'll say, I'm expecting and I'm getting the first rank. So he will not study properly also. He will not special efforts for the next time. So you see, even if he gets his expectation fulfilled, still it is not good. If it is not fulfilled, still it is not good. So now we can understand. Of course, whatever he's studying is going to get the result. He got the second rank. That's okay. What does it matter for the first rank or second rank? He can continue the study. He can get first rank in the next time also. But because he expected, all the depression and all this had come. So if he would not have expected anything. He say, I'm studying, I am writing the exam. Whatever result is there, I will have to accept. And that one has to do. No? When result is not under our control, we have to accept whatever the result is. Accepting the result, we have to go ahead. But normally people expect something and then don't accept the result. If he's second rank, what does it matter for him? Nothing. He can study well and go ahead. But they are losing opportunities in their life because of this experience. That is why Bhagavan is very critical to say that you don't expect, but do the work. That is more important. Don't leave the work. Don't leave your duty. And that is directive to the Arjun, directive for common person also. Of course, further he is explaining some more details also in different shlokas for about this. But this is most important slok in Bhagavad Gita. And this is really practicable. And we are also doing so many things. Normally we expect something. But don't expect anything. Just do the work. And when there is no expectation, you can focus and concentrate more on doing the work. Not for concentration on expecting this thing and that thing. So we can do better work also with this. And will not get frustrated or whatever I explained here. Whether expectation fulfilled or not fulfilled. We are calm and quiet. Our mind will not get disturbed. When there is no expectation, no difference of mind. So mind will be happy. Otherwise, mind will get disturbed. That is why this principle is very important, very good. Just listening, you may not accept. You can understand, but you may not accept. But you try to accept, try to follow this principle. For small things. Don't expect anything and do the work and see the result. You will be always happy. But with expectation, sometimes you'll be happy, sometimes you'll not be happy. That is why this slok is very important. Some further explanation, of course, is given in further shloka that we will see afterwards. Our time is up now. Hari Om.